What's up, YouTube? It's Link Legend Russ, and today I'm here with another Nintendo Switch video. As you can see here, I got some games from Gamestop's 4 for 40 and 4 for 10 sale. Preferably, as you can see, this is more for the 4 for 40 sale. Games that are under $20, if you get 4 of them, you can get them for $40. With a pro membership, not counting any taxes or anything, these games are like $38. So, I have more games. However, I'm gonna split these videos in half. So I'm doing the first 8 here, and then I have another 8 or so games. Got like some Xbox games or something with the other pile. But I feel like I got some pretty good Switch games coming up, and along with Switch 2 coming up soon, I was like, I didn't really want to spend too much, and as you can see, I spent like $80 more or less on these games, but I felt like I said, to widen up and brighten up my, Nintendo Switch collection, I said, you know what, I think it's about time to go ahead and get some games. GameStop's been having a really good sale with this, and then I think a week or two back, they did like a buy two, get one. I got some games I haven't uploaded for them also, so let's get into this and see what we got. So first things up, first game I'm going to pick up, I picked up Alice Gear Aegis for Nintendo Switch. As you can see, the game was actually $24.99, so it just saved itself from for being part of this sale, because otherwise, if it was still $24, it wouldn't have counted. So I feel like this one was a little interesting. I didn't know much about the game, honestly. As you can see, it says gear up, strap in, take down the competition, and then it says fight fellow actresses for tournament victory in this all-new 3D battle arena anime frenzy. Customize your mech and build the ultimate winning team. So it's one-player TV, tabletop, and handheld mode. So, yeah. Now, I will say most of these games that I got, at least this first pile, they didn't have a lot of original cases, but I did more or less buy just about every game that was under $20 from GameStop. At least from my local GameStop. So, there's that game. Second one right here, as you can see here, so it's $14, or was. It's, what is it? Close to the Sun. I will also say this too, because of the whole 40% extra trade-in boost if you trade games towards Nintendo Switch games or accessories, I will say some of these games that I'm getting for the 4 for 40 sale, you can actually more or less trade back in at GameStop if they trade in around a similar price point. Borderlands 3, I wish I would have picked up. They didn't have it at my store. That one traded in like really, really good. I think it was like $13 it trades in with the bonus. I did the math on it. But you could have bought it for like $9.50 and basically traded it right back in for the same price. So you could have, there's definitely ways of getting around the whole sale. Anyhow, as you can see here, I picked up DC League of Super Pets. This is a game that I didn't have personally. It was actually on my wish list. I believe I might have took it off my wish list before this video goes up, but this is another one I wanted to pick up for sure. I don't know if I uploaded the video for it, but I did pick up a copy of Instant Sports Winter Games. I actually have the other one. It's like the Summer Games one. These games kind of remind me, like I said, they're like Olympic Games, kind of sort of like more, kind of remind me of that, Wii Sports type of games. I really like playing those, especially when you have like family come over and stuff. You give them like the third-party Joy-Cons. I'm not talking about like the Horis, but like I have like third-party Joy-Cons that do some decent motion controls and stuff. So this type of game also helps. As you can see, this one was also another game that was $24.99. Yeah, let me actually, I think this one actually has some cover art. I was going to show it anyway, but this is what the cover art for the game looks like right there. Let's go ahead and close this up. Oh, don't need to really, because I'm going to put the game cartridges in shortly. But, yeah, this one doesn't really have anything else. As you can see, there goes the game cartridge. I made sure everything was in there. It says 7 snow games. In which discipline will you win the gold medal? And that type of thing. Okay. This next one actually got delisted from GameStop. Well, not GameStop, but on the eShop on Friday the 13th. Obviously sucks that it doesn't have its original case, but I felt like this one was a really good pickup to pick up, and luckily it was still under, you know, 20 bucks. Like I was saying, this game got recently, like at least a couple months ago, got delisted off the eShop. So Black Sad Under the Sun, or excuse me, Under the Skin. I wasn't too sure what this game was about, but like I said, I didn't have much choices in picking up, like, you know, games for this sale, so I definitely, you know, picked this one up. I'll look more into it after this video. Now this is a game that I see sometimes on eBay for under 10 bucks. Cars 3, Driven to Win. I think it goes on sale so often on the eShop for about $4, but like I said, I feel like this was a pretty good one to pick up for this sale. And the last one I got here is this on Paw Patrol on a Roll. Now, I believe I did an unboxing for a Paw Patrol game not that long ago, so I have no idea if it'll be uploaded before this video. But yeah, I did pick this one up, and as you can see there, Paw Patrol's on the roll. No job is too big, no pup is too small. Join Ryder and all 8 pups on an adventure. On Adventure Bay locations, play as Marshall, Chase, Sky, Rumble, Everest, Rocky, Zuma, or Tracker, and help them use their unique abilities to rescue friends, complete 16 exciting missions, and save the day. It says 1 player in TV, tabletop, and handheld mode. All right, and with that, let's go ahead and check these games and, you know, make sure they work and stuff, because the last thing you want to do is buy any of these games and they don't work. Now, I'm not too sure about the whole gold point situation on some of these games because of, you know, stuff. But, so the game cartridge does show up for this one. Okay. We'll check, I'll check updates later on to see what's going on with the gold point situation. I don't know if I can earn gold points on my American account for this game. Okay. So I can get something for it, but it's expired. So I'll have to check the eShop real quick on this, see if there's any additional DLC. While that's going on, I'll go ahead and show you off the cartridge for Friday the 13th. That's what it looks like, Ultimate Slasher Edition. Yeah, it says usually the same stuff. Now this game on the eShop is $29.99. There is a additional DLC for it. And yeah, so I would have gotten gold points for this title if I had picked it up a month or two earlier. Sadly, I didn't, so ain't nothing to be given for that, but that's okay. Here we go, Friday 13th. Make sure the game cartridge works. There it is. I know this, like I said, game, I believe, got delisted off the eShop. I'll check real quick, but I believe it's not, nothing's going to show up. Yep. Okay, Black Sad Under the Skin. Let's take a look at this one. Now, if any of these games do not work or have issues, like I said, you've got games at GameStop, pre-owned games, you have 7 days to return. So that is definitely enough time to return any games between when I purchased them and, you know, obviously 6 days or so, because you're probably not going back the same day if you just got back. So, see, this game is like $2.99 on the eShop. So it's included in some bundles, but this is what the game looks like. So I'll probably look at some trailers later on after this. But as you can see here, I do think I got a decent amount of games. And like I said, when I show my next 4 games, well, my next 8 games, obviously I got some really good ones, and some of them weren't, you know, too good. But as you can see here, here's Cars 3, Driven to Win. That's what the game icon looks like. And we got a couple more to go. So, oops, as I'm dropping the game cartridge for Paw Patrol, let me know personally what games have you picked up for this sale, because like I said, the sale ends at least at the time of this video, the sale will end the next day. So the sale will end eventually. Okay, there it goes right there, Nickelodeon Paw Patrol. So if you picked up some games for this 4 for $40, 4 for $10 sale, definitely let me know what you picked up. And did you pick up any of these games to keep, or did you pick up any of these games to, you know, eventually trade in or something? Because like I said, I do think I have some that I would consider, like, maybe trading back into GameStop if I wanted to, of course, but definitely I'm gonna probably just go ahead and keep the large majority of these games. Oh, so yeah, there's that. Like I said, it says there's an update for the winter games. We'll check that out eventually. I'll update all these games after, but there's DC League of Super Pets right there. I think that one out of all these games was definitely the one I wanted to pick up the most for some weird reason. And yeah, other than that, like I said, last game right here before I show off any others. So this is what all the games look like right there. And with that, this is Link Legend Russ signing out. And as I always say, have a nice goddamn day. Goodbye, have a good one, and peace.